Jim Ross: I believe that a pay-per-view should be 3 hours. Longer shows gamble with fans' attention. Jim Ross says a 3-hour pay-per-view is the sweet spot. Legendary commentator Jim Ross has called plenty of pay-per-views throughout his career, as he has worked for WCW, WWE, and AEW. AEW's pay-per-views are sometimes the source of criticism due to their length. The company's most recent event, AEW x NJPW Forbidden Door, had a 15-match card, including the 0-hour pre-show. Speaking on Grilling JR, Jim Ross was asked to comment on the sweet spot for the length of big shows and whether that is based on the number of matches or the amount of time. Somebody asked me that question on Sunday because the discussion was, are we serving too much barbecue? It's hard for me to even equate that answer because I believe that it's a tough question. I believe that a pay-per-view should be 3 hours. Plenty of time. If you can't conduct your business in 3 hours, you need to reevaluate your plan. At least, that's my take on it. Those 4 and 5 hour pay-per-views are daunting, to say the least. Somebody said, well, when you guys were down at WCW back in the day, how long were your pay-per-views? I said they were 2 hours and 50 minutes long. That's a fact. So I think somewhere more in the 2-hour and 50-minute range is better, or just 3 hours, for simplicity's sake, is more my wheelhouse. Now that I'm getting older, my attention span has been affected, so I think 3 hours is a nice starting point for a pay-per-view. That's just me. You first gotta cater to your audience, and I think when you get past 3 you're gambling, and I don't know if that's a smart thing to do, gamble with your audience's attention span. Because no matter what we say, the heavy shit is at the end. It's called the main event, and I think that's something that's very important. You gotta cater to that audience, make sure they're covered, make sure they like the order, and it's just hard. It's hard to figure that out, but I think somewhere in that 3-hour range would be my preference, Jim Ross said. Jim Ross previously commented on AEW and WWE potentially working